We tend to think of brand as something really vague and abstract and complicated, but it doesn't have to be that way. And as with anything in business, I'd suggest that the more systematic and repeatable it can be, the better. So I just want to run through a model that I tend to use. It was actually originally developed by a chap called David Aker nearly 30 years ago, and I've applied a few tweaks to it, but actually I don't think that all that much has changed from a brand perspective. So the first thing that he talks about is the brand core, or you might call it the brand purpose, but essentially what is your reason for existing in the first place? What is it that you believe is fundamentally wrong with your target sector, or maybe the world as a whole, that you think you need to help change? Now, there's a great video that touches upon this by a chap called Simon Sinek called What's Your Why? So if you've not seen that, then I would really encourage you to hunt it out online and have a watch. The second element of brand then is brand as product or brand as service, depending on what kind of line of business you're in. So essentially, what are the features and the benefits of the thing that you're selling? Then we have brand as organization. So what are the organizational values and what are the processes for ensuring that they're deeply ingrained within that company? Then we have brand personality. So it's true what they say. People tend to buy from other people far more readily than they buy from faceless organizations. So it's so important that if we're to be able to effectively communicate our value proposition, particularly the emotional and self-expressive elements of it, that we're able to really embody, really capture the brand personality. And then finally, we have brand as symbol. So all the visual elements, so user imagery, typeface, color palette, the logos, etc. Now, unfortunately, this tends to be the thing we jump to first when we approach brand, but actually it's the thing that should come last, because how can we possibly know how to communicate the brand visually until we're crystal clear on what it is that we're trying to communicate in the first place? So I'd always encourage you to leave that bit to the end. So that's the David Aker model. Of course, there are others, but the important thing is that you have a clear framework within which to operate. See you next time.